I'm Hank Stoltz, and it is time now for us to check in with the Better Business Bureau and another accredited business from the Better Business Bureau. Alex Guardiola is here with us from the BBB. And Alex, a lot going on at the Better Business Bureau of Central Massachusetts, but today we've got another great accredited business, and you brought Kristie in with you.
Yeah, thanks, Hank, and appreciate you having us again. We have a wonderful accredited business to highlight today out of Clinton, Massachusetts, just locally here. It's HumanKind, and Kristie is the owner of this organization that does casting for individuals that may not be represented well, but also maybe in a vulnerable population that gets targeted by scammers and such. So I'd like to introduce Kristie Raymond from HumanKind.
Hello, Alex. It's nice to meet you today.
Thank you.
Very cool. So HumanKind, a casting agency right here in Clinton. Yeah, tell us a little bit, Kristie, about exactly what it is that you do. Are people coming to you, or Alex could be discovered right here this morning?
That is very true, Hank. Very true. So we are a casting and production company, and what we do is we focus on casting with inclusive casting and production practices in mind for mainstream everything. So what we do is we provide opportunities for those individuals that might not have representation at a formal modeling agency, but want to dip their toe into the industry and see what it's all about. We have a casting list that we make available. But we also provide guidance and direction for those individuals that are interested in the industry, because this is one where a lot of, as Alex said, some scammers might be about. And they are out there taking people's money in exchange for photos or in exchange for different types of work. And we see them on the internet all the time. And I'm here to say that you can just call us and we'll tell you the truth.
Now, do your clients work mainly in Massachusetts, and is there a lot of work here in central Massachusetts?
We are trying to generate work here in central Massachusetts, for sure. And I'm really active in the Worcester area with regards to cultural events and bringing up the population for inclusivity in fashion, working a lot with the Creative Hub right here in Worcester. But overall, we do different types of projects, and it really depends on where that shoot is happening. So it could happen in Worcester, but the client could be based here, and we could be shooting anywhere in Massachusetts. The work actually comes from throughout New England, a lot from clients here in New England, as well as ones coming in to use our beautiful state as a location.
Yeah, we've seen some movies, obviously,
Yes.
and TV shows that have used Worcester and the surrounding towns as location. Now, would they come to you to say, hey, do you have a particular type, or we're looking for a particular type?
Yes, absolutely. So oftentimes I'll get a call from a producer or a creative team and with their casting specs, and they say, this is what we're looking for. Can you help us find these awesome faces and voices? And we go right into action.
So I'm thinking about movies and TV, but you had talked about modeling. Now, how does that kind of play into what HumanKind does?
Well, there's a lot of opportunities in what we call the print, commercial, advertising industry. There's a lot of great clientele here in New England for that type of work. And these images often appear on their website or on their e-com pages or their Instagram, and are used as part of a really big part of often companies' marketing campaigns. And so we have to find faces and voices for those as well. And whether it's somebody who is building themselves up as an influencer or an interesting or unique face that we're looking for. And again, since we do focus on inclusivity, we are looking at people from the disability community and incorporating them into our photo shoots and fashion shows everywhere we go.
Well, I would think that would make you somewhat unique to have that kind of inclusivity.
Yes, we are really, I think, the only ones focusing exclusively on that. I think it's a really important directive for our industry as a whole. The people who are creating the photos and videos that we see in advertising sort of hold the power about how we see each other. So when you hold the power, you should step back and think about what are ways to bring people together and really truly represent the landscape of humankind in your imagery, because not only does it change, how we see each other, but it changes the reputation of that organization as an inclusive partner. And it really begins, again, to change how we see each other in bringing people in to whatever industry you're in.
Interesting. And Kristie, there's an event happening today in Boston or as part of Boston Fashion Week that speaks to this?
Yes. So tonight we are hosting Every Body Belongs. It is an inclusive fashion show and theatrical performance happening at Garage B, which is located at 1420 Soldiers Field Road in Brighton. We will be featuring adaptive and traditional designers, with clothing being worn by adaptive and traditional talent. And we're also having an incredible theatrical performance by a group called True Story Theater, whose performance will hopefully really help people feel what inclusion means to others.
When you started this, because this is a fairly new company?
I launched HumanKind in 2021, but I have been in this industry for 35 years. This is my 35th year.
But when you started HumanKind, and of course, COVID presented such challenges to everybody. When you started that, was that because you saw through your time in the industry that this just wasn't there wasn't this representation of all people?
Yes, I really started noticing actually it back in 2015 and 2016 while I was working with the toy company Hasbro down in Providence, and really aligning with one of the brands there, the Baby Alive brand, and partnering with a nonprofit organization called Changing the Face of Beauty. We hosted a photo clinic and video clinic and brought in children with different disabilities and gave them an opportunity to be in front of the camera and be on video and have an amazing time. But more importantly, that brand then booked children for the packaging, for videos, for the commercials. And so it was an extension of real inclusivity. And I wanted to do that more. So I departed in January of 2021, and HumanKind was launched.
Wow. All right. Well, hey, congratulations to you for taking that leap. And then, of course, you came in and you start to partner with the BBB.
Yeah, so Kristie's been part of the BBB for a long time, and which is great, which just kind of speaks to the enormity of how important it is to be an accredited business. People want to do business with trustworthy businesses, and I know we talk about it on a regular basis. And this is sometimes a kind of a crazy and a weird situation for folks, right? If I was going to go and try to be a model, which they'd probably turn me away immediately, but if I have no idea how to do it, right? So if I start Googling things or I start going on Facebook, it's very likely that I would be grabbed by a scammer and say, hey, you have to give us $5,000 for these headshots, or you have to give us $5,000 before we even entertain anything. And that's where a lot of these scams come from. Having a company like HumanKind and with Kristie really does speak volumes to how important it is to do business with good businesses. You don't want to lose your hard-earned money to live your dream, right? That's the important part. So having a company like HumanKind just here in Clinton, in central Massachusetts, it's so great for us at the BBB, but also for our population and our community in the area.
I think that is so true because, as you said, this seems to me to be the kind of industry that unfortunately you could get scammed fairly easily in because you want it so badly, and you wouldn't know all the ins and outs. And it kind of following up on that, it occurs to me, Kristie, that even if somebody doesn't become a professional actor, even if somebody doesn't become a professional model, doesn't land that that ad campaign or whatever, is there value in their kind of coming and being part of HumanKind in that there's a certain confidence that you get, there's a certain poise that you can learn, you can give them some tips on some of the ins and outs. So maybe I don't get picked for that underwear campaign, but the next time that I go in and interview for a job in some other field, I've gotten some tips.
Well, as far as the modeling and acting is concerned, a lot of times clients are coming to us to find real people, Hank. So I might get a call saying, I'm looking for a real radio show host. Can you find me someone? Well, guess whose door I'm going to be knocking on? Alex, are you available? No, sorry. Just kidding.
I got a face of radio.
Just kidding. But there are other opportunities that way. So not only is it necessarily what your face or body looks like, it's like who you are as a person, really that storytelling. And I think that that's what we tell here is we are here to help brands tell stories about who they are and who those faces and voices are that either they know are part of their consumer base or they want to be part of their consumer base. or they didn't even know that they wanted to be part of their consumer base. We do have a lot of opportunities, especially for individuals with disabilities. With our partnership with Changing the Face of Beauty, we organize photo clinics several times throughout the year, giving individuals an opportunity to have a portfolio-worthy experience for a donation to Changing the Face of Beauty. And they come out with some great photos that in turn we can share with clients for their real possibilities as well.
Kristie, let's talk just a little bit more about the Better Business Bureau. Alex said, you've been a member for a long time. How has that sort of helped HumanKind to be part of the Better Business Bureau and to be an accredited business?
I think if you look up me, I have a history in the industry. I owned a modeling agency and a production company. And I think having value that people know that they can trust you. It is can be a smarmy industry sometimes. There's some bad apples in there. And like Alex said, it's not unheard of for someone to come to me and say, I just spent $4,000 on some photos, and I look at them and they are the same type of photos that the person last week who called me and said, I just spent $4,000. They look exactly the same. The scammers are out there, and if you really want to know if this is legit, just call us, just email us, just DM us, whatever, we'll tell you the truth. It is not worth it to put money out there in something. If it's too good, if it sounds too good to be true, it really is. Yeah, it really is, especially in this business.
Yeah, and we talk about that all the time, right? If it's too good to be true, it sounds too good to be true, it really probably is, right? So, in having a good company like, HumanKind here in Central Massachusetts just kind of piggybacks on what the Better Business Bureau actually stands for. Finding good people to do business with, and that's what HumanKind does. And we're so lucky to have them here in Central Massachusetts because it's a difficult world to kind of maneuver through. So again, I couldn't tell you who to call if now I would tell you to call Kristie, but prior to this, I wouldn't know. I would be remiss to say, I know somebody. That's not the truth. I think that it's something that you need to understand that some industries are very different than others. So we need to be very cautious and very mindful of the things that we're spending money on. And this is a perfect opportunity for folks, especially in Worcester. You mentioned it. We have a lot of movies and TV shows going on. And with the Creative Hub, a lot of fashion shows going on. We have to be on top of this before we lose money ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. All right, Kristie, how do we get in touch? Where do we call and follow you?
You can find us. Our website is You Are HumanKind. And that is all spelled out, YOUARE, HumanKind. And on Instagram, we are at HumanKind Casting.
Very, very good. Alex, what do we need to know about what's coming up with BBB?
Yeah, so we have our annual meeting. I know we spoke about it. Our tickets are on sale November 13th at 5 p.m. up at Mountain Wachusett. It's going to be a great event. We have Senator John Cronin doing the welcoming. We have some awards that we've actually picked our winners already, so we'll be announcing those soon. It'll be a great event. We have a reception from 6 to 7, our awards from 6 to 7, and a reception 7 to 9, some music, a little dinner. It'll be a great event, and I think it'll be great to kind of get to know other Better Business Bureau members or businesses so we can continue to work together and get stronger as we go.
Alex Guardiola, Better Business Bureau of Central New England, Kristie Raymond, HumanKind. Thank you both for being here today. Alex, thank you. This was very interesting. I mean, it's just, I know that I've said this in the past, it's just such a wide breadth of different people who are part of the BBB and accredited businesses. It's always fun.
Every day I'm like, wow, what a great company.
Exactly. We're glad you're sharing them with us right here on the Talk of the Commonwealth on the Radio Worcester Network.